Hello, you wonderful people. Wonderful Golden Star here. Hope you're having a golden day as a true star of the show is here to shine on the inevitable me costume, returning with Waluigi. Here I am with my fellow podcast bro.
Hey, this is Engineer from the Datalyzers. Welcome back yet to another new episode of a new podcast approaches. I think a lot of you are gonna like this one. The specific guest we got has been wanted by so many people, and also a new DLC character has been announced yesterday. But before we get into those, I'm gonna give it off to.
Hey, it's SpaceKing here. And yesterday was probably the most hyped day for me since Banjo. It feels good to have a character that I actually really like again. Not to say that I thought Byleth and Min Min were bad, just that,
What about Steve?
Steve, I liked him, but it's just like... It came with an asterisk there. I never got to talk about Steve that much on the podcast. Anyways, as for my adventures in the basement dungeon, I've begun reading the Berserk manga, and I've had so much fun reading it with the existential crisis that it is, that I've kind of stopped giving a crap about being trapped in a basement. So with that in mind, I'm going to hand this over to our wonderful guest.
Hey all, I am Starfy for Smash, and I'm here today on the podcast with, SpaceKing, CNJ, and Wonderful GoldenStar.
Yeah, we've got him trapped in the fish tank, if you're wondering.
Yeah, he's in the fish tank. I'm in the dungeon. Also, nobody's watching. This is depressing.
Yeah, I'm tweeting it out right now and doing everything.
Okay.
Don't you love it when you put so much effort in your content just for no one to turn up?
I'll send out a link to my friend group.
That's my personal favorite part.
I mean, if you want me to, I can advertise it on my Twitter.
Yeah, can you tweet on your Twitter? That's what we usually do.
Yeah, please. I'm posting it on the podcast one. Okay, perfect. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna retweet on every account I have.
Yes, CNJ's 1 million accounts. He likes his ults, boys.
Well, I only have very few, so yeah. I just use Mickey for Smash, maybe Sora for Smash sometimes, and yeah.
Okay, so should we start on the big news, or no? We should actually start on something more niche because we like to be assholes about this stuff.
Yes.
I actually linked
Maybe
it off
we can
of.
get to know Starfy more.
I linked it off of my GS account too.
All right. Oh, thanks. All right. So Anyway, time for our 200th Fortnite room. Okay, jokes aside. Sephiroth's in Smash.
Yay!
Woo!
Yes, he is.
Final Fantasy.
Sephiroth got in before Gino.
Okay, a lot of people have talked about this thing. Oh, this kills Gino. I really don't think so. And I'll be honest. Okay, so maybe I'm reaching here, but okay, so both of our Square Enix characters have involved the single player story. You realize that, right? Like we had World of Dark for Hero and then World of Light for Sephiroth. Should we not then have another character for
In between?
for the in between? Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I don't think it really matters, but I feel like if that happened, it would be in a hypothetical pass 3, and because I really don't see him double dipping in a pass, personally.
Wait. Hold up. Wait. You said World of Between. Is this Kingdom Hearts now, or what?
I don't know. Also, Starfy for Smash. Remember what I said? When you tap on a screen, it shows up through the thing. Well, now it's showing up on a podcast. So
Oh, sorry.
you're good. It's just that if I were you or whatever, if it's possible, like, can you just like sit down the phone and then like I don't know, like boot up a laptop or whatever if you're gonna browse or whatever. I have no problem with
I'm
just
still
multitasking.
tweeting.
You're
Still
still
tweeting.
tweeting out? Okay. Yeah, no, I have absolutely no problem with you using your phone and just chilling out. It's just that we're trying to be a little bit careful here, is all.
Okay.
Okay, so anyways, as I was saying, so like maybe there's like for the last world, the final battle realm, I think it was called the World of Chaos or whatever. Maybe. Then we have one last Square Enix character.
I honestly don't think it'll be Gino. There are reasons why I doubt Gino. The fact that I feel like all the Mii costumes were done before Pass 2 was even conceived. All the legal work for Mii costumes, so they would have all returned in Pass 1, but then they thought, you know what, let's spread them out in Pass 2. Because that just makes logical sense to me. And so I just don't see Gino as a possibility in this pass, or any pass, personally. Due to the fact that I just feel like his Mii costume is just an inevitable return.
Well, the thing is, if Gino does not show up in that Mii costume lineup...
I don't think... This is my opinion with Gino. I don't think he's going to return in this Mii costume lineup. But that's also because I'm biased and want it to link into Waluigi. That's my opinion. If Gino doesn't return this pack, it helps him a bit. Because obviously he isn't disconfirmed, but I feel like it helps Waluigi a lot more than it helps Gino. That's just my opinion on it all.
Well, anyways, my thought process goes that I really don't think that Gino's dead in the water, and I'll say exactly why. The Chocobo hat wasn't, and the Gino Mii costume aren't inextricably linked. They aren't a set of characters. The Chocobo hat was actually confirmed with the original Cloud for Smash trailer, right? And it wasn't until we had the final Smash presentation where Gino's Mii costume for Smash 4 was confirmed. To that angle, I would also like to point out that when Sephiroth was revealed at the award ceremony, and we had the crossover image, like they do for every trailer, it was Smash Bros. Cross Final Fantasy. It was not Smash Bros. Cross FF7. Now, in the YouTube upload, it was Cross FF7, but in the original presentation, it was Smash Bros. Cross Final Fantasy. So what's the significance there? I really think that this means that we can expect a better set of representation for the larger Final Fantasy universe than we had with Joker. Because if going by the pass situation, we've never had a fighter pass where it was just like a couple songs. Like, they've always had several songs. They've always had remixes when they can. And I really do think that when they say Smash Bros. Cross Final Fantasy, they mean Smash Bros. Cross Final Fantasy. We're going to get spirits that'll be from other Final Fantasy games. We're going to have music from other Final Fantasy games. And, yes, when we get to that Mii Fighter costume lineup, we're going to have other Final Fantasy games. Perhaps a costume of Terra from FF6, Squall from FF8, etc.
Maybe representation for Best Girl Tifa.
And to that angle, I would also like to point out that the lowest number of Mii costumes we've ever gotten on a lineup was 4. It was 4. I'm pretty sure it was for Hero, right?
Yeah.
It's 4 for Hero. So if we follow through that pattern, 4 Mii costumes, one of those is for sure the Chocobo hat to return.
I feel like we're gonna get more than 4. I feel like we're probably gonna get 5 personally, and
5 is usually the number.
So we get 4. Anyways, my opinion is we'll probably get 4, and I think they'll just be Sword Fighter. It'll be Squall, Brawler. It'll be Tifa, and Return hat, Chocobo hat, and then. And this is where the timeline splits. In the bad timeline, Gino. In the good timeline, it'll be something else, like maybe Noctis or Lightning or whatever.
Okay, so I'm gonna get like a million targets on my ass, but I think Gino would work better than Mii costume. All right. Time for you to just kill me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
So my
understand.
point is that Gino is not beholden to Final Fantasy. He is not out of the running yet, and people that are saying that he's for sure going to be a Mii costume here. Just look at the situation here. It's Smash Bros. Cross Final Fantasy in the reveal, not Smash Bros. Cross Final Fantasy VII. So that means that we can expect a broader range of content here.
To me, the thing that really hurts Gino's chances isn't the Final Fantasy, it's the Square Enix part. And I don't see them going to the same company twice in a past, personally. I just can't see it happening.
They don't even have to. It could just be we have the pass, and then like we get to the post pass, and they just throw us a couple characters independently. I've kept throwing out this idea. There are 90 slots in the game's code. We're approaching the end of that, right? What?
I think we're well. One, we know they can just insert more characters. That's what they've done with some characters once their code was found.
Mm-hmm.
They just end up adding on. So we don't know the amount. We could have more. We could have less. We could get exactly 90. I'm personally hoping they go for 100.
I think it'll be exactly 90, and I think that we'll just have 4 characters that randomly get released after Pass 2 is over.
But this is my opinion. I don't feel like they're going for independent characters. I feel like going for passes makes them much more money. So I feel like if we get more, it's going to be a pass free. Even if it's just 4 characters, I think they're going for a pass free.
Oh, yeah.
But it matters who's going to be in the Pass 3.
Well, if they're going for a Pass 3, they're most likely and there's only 4 characters. Let's thinking about this logistically. They probably have to go pretty low budget because over time the characters are going to become less and less. They're going to get less and less attention. Now, mind you, I say that as Sephiroth's reveal trailer on the Japanese Smash Bros. YouTube page has like 1.7 million views as of this morning, probably exponentially more by now. So this is a very big character that definitely set the internet on fire, right? But so people still care about Smash, but they don't care about Smash as much as before. So the interest is going to gradually decline, and if we get another character at Pass, they're probably going to have to go lower end, and that's where you get into characters that might not necessarily set the world on fire, like maybe one character like that, like a Sephiroth, like a Steve, but it'll be a character that characters that maybe the fans are more so interested in, the diehards less so than the casual audience, right?
You say that, but I feel like comparing Smash to something like Tekken's a little hard because the main appeal of Smash is the crossover. I feel so. You could also argue it scales in a way. Revealing bigger characters will bring huge attention because that's the point of Smash. It's a crossover. So I feel like there will obviously be a decrease of attention over time, but I feel like it also will scale. So let's say they revealed, I don't know, let's say hypothetically they revealed Gino. That wouldn't get much attention because it's a character only the community cares about.
Yeah, but then again, it's also guaranteed sales to the diehard community.
Oh, obviously, but this is what I'm gonna argue, and people may disagree with me here, but the diehards will buy the pass anyway. I
don't necessarily think so. I have several friends who haven't bought the pass simply because it hasn't included a character they're particularly interested in. And if a character that they did like gets introduced, they'll just buy them individually. I mean, we're not diehards. We're super diehards. We're the kinds of people that have like their rooms are just loaded with Smash paraphernalia, and it's like we own 100 amiibo each, and Smash posters, and we follow Sakurai's social media and read every single one of his tweets. And now we have a podcast here. We're in this a lot deeper than most people are.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's the thing that I get about most hardcore fans. There are obviously exceptions, but
we're not hardcore compared to the average Smash player. We're super hardcore.
Yeah, whatever.
Yes.
Super.
Also, something else you need to consider is that isn't going to be the majority of the fans. That will be a decent amount of them for sure, but comparing it to the casual fans, it won't be a huge amount. And I'll be honest, what gives Smash its sales is getting new people into Smash. Characters like Joker or Terry kind of do that, where it brings new fandoms into Smash. Will probably buy, where that's where a decent amount of people may buy Smash, and then at least the character. That's what makes Ultimate so great, is that crossover of trying to get a bunch of fandoms into Smash.
Yeah, but I also want to point out that while it is absolutely true that the crossover element and like the crossing of all these different fandoms is absolutely the strongest component of why Smash is successful, it hasn't done them very well with the DLC. If you go into the numbers and you break down the trajectory, the sales trajectory, like we had like an ungodly number of copies that were sold initially because of like how just astronomical Smash Ultimate's hype was. But since then, Smash Ultimate has sold markedly less than contemporary first-party Switch games have in recent quarters. Like I'm pretty sure like they got to 20 million copies last year, and we're only around like 22 million now. And I know like 2 million copies in a year, that's incredible. Most other developers would kill for those kind of numbers, but the crossover element of these third-party inclusions in the DLC isn't driving new copies being sold of the game itself, or even Switches being sold. Switches being sold especially because that's what Nintendo's looking for, because like you buy a Switch, then you buy all the other games. More so, they're picking up digital sales from people that already own the game, and like they're buying the pass because they see characters that they're interested in. But even that is naturally going to decline as time goes on, because as time goes on, interest in the game's going to go down, and it's going to become old news, and we're going to run out of gigantic characters to add sooner or later that are feasible.
Yeah.
And at that point, you need to start considering what characters are guaranteed to sell to the built-in audience. And that's where you get into the fan favorites. That's where you get into people that necessarily like Gino, exactly, like Isaac. I would argue that Banjo was absolutely a character like that, not necessarily for to get new audience in, because the people who wanted Banjo and Smash already own the game.
Yeah, Banjo was added for two reasons. One, he was popular as shit. It was probably one of the most requested characters, being honest.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it was a great chance to get a better relationship with Microsoft. They ended up shouting out the Xbox for a reason. It was to improve ties with them.
Mm-hmm.
That is
yeah.
But also, it's just like you get the sales to that dedicated built-in audience, right?
Yeah. We'll probably get a fan pick this pass. That's when I do think will happen.
Mm-hmm. As for who it ends up being, well, if Gino's out of the running, then I really do think that it falls to either Waluigi or Isaac. And between the two, I think Isaac actually probably fits the format of the pass better, actually.
I feel like Isaac is in an interesting spot where if GoldenStar does come back, I don't know how Nintendo will feel about him in Smash. Not because I don't think it's a good idea, more because I feel like Nintendo might be hesitant to put so much series in. Considering how long it's been dead, what could be considered as a new series in a way. I don't think it's impossible, but I feel like I'm a bit hesitant to say Isaac's likely.
The same thing could really apply to Starfy if you think about it.
Yeah, that would be fair if we got a new Starfy game.
Yeah, with I feel like Waluigi's timing was better as well, and considering some leaks with like Paraleak, which hasn't actually been dead, considering when I've looked into it, it's actually very much alive. I feel like Waluigi may have an edge, but I feel like Isaac Coast was a shot.
I'm gonna go mute for just a second.
All right.
So have fun for a little bit.
All right.
Okay.
So but yeah, something else I want to say is if we do get a pass free, I feel like we're still getting at least one big character. I feel
Oh yeah,
like if the
totally.
budget does go down, we're still going to get one massive character each pass.
Yeah, if we're getting a massive character each pass, then
At least
there's
one.
anybody who they consider huge.
I feel like that huge bar may go down because, I mean, it's going to be hard to beat Steve, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah.
But I feel like we will probably still get a big character. Someone like, I don't know, maybe someone like Crash or someone.
Oh yeah, Crash was huge in the 90s, so seeing him in Smash would be totally amazing.
I personally think he's a 50-50 this pass. I could see him going either way.
Me too.
I don't feel like, I don't think he's going to be in, but I could see him.
Yeah. And then there's the thing of like international appeal because as we all know, Terry doesn't appeal to everyone. He mostly appeals to Japan and South America. They include Terry for international appeal. So what do you
not so confident in Lara Croft because I thought she'd be a great way to branch into the European market.
alright, so yeah. What if they
Hurts,
would
man.
like include someone who could appeal to the European market, like for example Raymond. He's created in France and he has lots of popularity in Europe.
Maybe. But this is just my opinion. I feel like if the company gets me costumes, like without their I feel like they're out of that pass because I feel like they would have been revealed with the character. And considering Alitair and Rabbits came with Byleth, I feel pass 2 is definitely decided by then.
Oh yeah,
That's my personal reason for doubting Rayman. I don't
Alright.
feel like he's impossible, and I feel like in reality he has a pretty decent shot. But that one thing, anytime I feel like Rayman could happen, is the thing that makes me just always back away.
I mean, the same thing could apply to a Suda 51 character, and the first thing you think of when you think Suda 51 is usually Travis. But the thing is, Travis is already in a Mii costume as DLC, and he was with Steve, so you know, yeah, he might not have a chance there because he already came with Steve. And so Suda 51 might not have a chance.
And to be honest,
But
what else are we gonna get from Suda?
Would be, I don't really know.
Yeah, Travis hurts. I really felt like he was gonna be in this game. But yeah, what I'm gonna say is, if Gino happens later on or not, we're not getting another Square Enix rep this pass. It's not happening.
Yeah, I don't think any company has really ever double dipped and smashed besides Nintendo themselves.
Yeah, Nintendo's the only one with. I feel like a double dip, if we're talking about DLC, yeah, that's obviously can happen, but I don't know if we're talking about the grand scale of DLC. I don't feel like it's gonna happen.
Because in the DLC they actually did double dip with Square Enix and Microsoft and Nintendo, of course.
Yeah. I can't wait for them to double dip with SNK and us to get another 50 songs.
Yeah, Maisha
Finally.
or Asim, yeah.
Yeah, they need to appeal to the bad boys and girls, like me.
Yeah, we need some new representation.
Yeah, we need a way to get horny people in the Smash. Mai Shiranui, 2B, Lara Croft.
We already had that with Palutena almost and Bayonetta.
Yeah, well they were like the last game. They didn't let us have it this game.
Joker almost because of Takamaki-san.
But yeah, but I want to get into Sephiroth now. Sephiroth has changed speculation.
Yes, I agree.
Definitely had.
Like, anytime you'd mention a character from a pre-existing third party, especially for DLC.
Back again.
Hello. We were just about to talk about Sephiroth.
Cool.
Yeah.
We were about to talk about how he's changed speculation just for DLC basically forever.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because he basically breaks one of the biggest fan rules, or two of the biggest fan rules ever. Square Enix are stingy. I feel like they can be dumb sometimes, but I don't feel like they're stingy.
Yeah.
It's mostly Nomura-san's fault sometimes, I think.
I disagree.
Always. We discussed that earlier.
Obviously, it's his fault. He wants to make it all canon. Duh.
Yeah.
But yeah, with this, I feel like people definitely overrate how stingy Square Enix is, and it kills the idea that a third-party series can have two. That a third-party series can't have two reps unless one's an echo. And
and there's another thing.
and that-
Villains for DLC too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, villains. This is a
what do you
protagonist.
mean? What do you mean? Fire Bardolph is a villain. Fire Emblem's evil. I thought we established.
Oh yeah, totally. Forgot about that one.
But here's the thing about Sephiroth.
I am one of the. I will die on this hill. Byleth isn't actually that bad.
I know. That's why I memed about it, because people just love to hate on Bardolph, right? You gotta hate on the good waifus and the male alt that no one cares about.
Yeah, people just love to hate.
Yep. Guys, to be fair, Sephiroth used to be a hero of the Shinra, but
Look,
now he
I
is
don't
the
care
main
what
antagonist.
look, CNJ, I don't give a shit what it used to be.
Okay, what he is now?
He bad guy. He go grr.
Actually, I actually did some low key literary analysis on a Smash trailer. Okay.
Oh great.
Oh, because I'm one of those people that you know, like, just reads way too much into stuff, but for the fun of it. And I'd like to point out that I feel like Sephiroth is probably one of the single most iconic video game villains of all time. And I don't use this word often, because I hate this word in the context of Smash. But I feel like Sephiroth is one of those very, very few characters that you could argue, air quotes, deserves it, right?
He said it.
He said the spooky deserve word.
I said the spooky. But honestly, I feel it's kind of warranted in this case. Because Sephiroth is one of those characters that even people that are only vaguely familiar with video games have... If you've seen Cloud, because Cloud's wildly iconic, most people have seen him, then you've probably seen Sephiroth that not far after, right?
You'd be surprised. I was looking through comments and it was piled in. I didn't know who Sephiroth was before this, but he looks pretty cool. I've seen so many of those comments on YouTube, and I'm just questioning.
You also gotta consider a lot of those people are super duper Nintendo fans that never touched a icky PlayStation in their entire lives.
Fantasies on the Switch. What's their excuse right there?
Well, even after that, well, okay. This is actually an entirely separate discussion about how I feel like a lot of modern adult Nintendo fanboyism is rooted in the Nintendo 64 era.
Oh, great.
Specifically, the hate, a lot of Nintendo fans seem to hate RPGs. I would personally argue that comes from the Nintendo executives that also hated them, that badmouthed the genre during the PS1 era. But that's besides the point. Okay, so we're getting completely off topic there. But anyways, I was gonna say, so Sephiroth being the big bad of FF, I like how the trailer presents him as this extraordinarily intimidating individual who he casually defeats a godlike entity for a single purpose, which is to fight Cloud. I love it. I love it.
I love it too. He's badass.
Okay, I like the thematic approach where it's Sephiroth is specifically to screw with Cloud. It's as if to say Smash was one of the only places where he was safe from him, but not anymore, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
And not just that. It is perfectly canon to Kingdom Hearts.
Be it Death and Advent Children, the barrier of time from the remake, if you understand the spoilers in the remake, or now the barrier of different continuities, Cloud will never be safe from him. I love that.
Yeah.
And I love the part where you call Mario.
Yeah,
right? It's like I like how they depict Sephiroth like just swatting away like trash, just like getting rid of everyone. It's like he's there, no invite, no like fighting with the heroes against Galeem for the greater good. Taking down Galeem was just like one step in the cosmic significance that is his fight with Cloud. Right? It's just like the paperclip maximizer, if you're familiar with that. The paperclip maximizer is like about an AI that just destroys the world because it wants to make paperclips, right? No, in Sephiroth's case, it's just like killing God is easy compared to the divine significance of his fight with Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
And this has brought me into question: are we gonna get Eggman? Because I'm gonna say this: if you're gonna say Sephiroth deserves it, I don't care what anyone says. Eggman deserves it even more. He is arguably probably the second most iconic video game villain.
Yeah, behind Bowser or
Yeah,
Ganon.
Bowser's the big guy.
I
He
would
is the most.
argue Eggman's more iconic than Ganon, though. That's why I said it's debatable. So I would say you could argue about Eggman or Ganon being more iconic than Eggman. But...
Oh, I remember this one post from like 2 years ago that was complaining about modded Smash Bros. It was just like, oh, have you ever gone to your friend's house and played modded Smash Bros. But they find it modded and it's soulless and it has characters like Sephiroth in it?
What? How is Sephiroth soulless compared to someone like
Never
SpongeBob?
had someone like Sephiroth to Smash nowadays, would they? Fuck.
Oh man, that was glorious.
We live in a society.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but I said, like, how would Sephiroth being modded in the game be soulless compared to someone like SpongeBob?
Right, exactly. That's what I thought when I saw that post.
Well, I have a simple
But then
answer.
again, I've watched some questionable stuff over the years. Like, are you anybody here familiar with this Donkey Kong centric podcast called the DK Vine?
Oh, I've heard of it
before.
Okay, the guy running it like was so angry and pissed off with Cloud in Smash 4 that he described it. Cloud is the stupidest, most, and I'm quoting him right here, the most stupid, most masturbatory, most self-indulgent garbage inclusion ever. And this was in 2015. And I'm just wondering what that guy's thinking right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love it when like N64 era Nintendo fanboys get BTFO'd.
Yeah, same. I like to see people complain. Does that make me a Satanist?
I don't necessarily like seeing people in general complain, but people that are just there to make the conversation toxic, like the specific type of Nintendo fanboy I'm describing, yeah, those guys, nah, I have no sympathy for them.
Like Terry Everton.
Yeah. But this is what I'm going to say. Nintendo fans, they can either be really nice or absolutely toxic shits.
Yeah, no, the guy I'm talking about literally called for Sakurai's resignation over Cloud being added. And I'm just wondering what he's thinking now that Sephiroth's
he's probably thinking, damn, Sephiroth is pretty hot, so maybe I was too quick to judge. I mean, we're all thinking it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, that dude's body, I've never seen a body that chiseled on a video game character. Good God.
It's alright, Spectre naked. Oh no, he's not.
Okay, there's this like one scene in Final Fantasy VII Remake where Cloud has to like work out.
Oh no, I remember
that. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm imagining like a workout fight off between him and Sephiroth.
Am I allowed to give an unpopular opinion?
Sure.
Tifa, I would have preferred Tifa over Sephiroth.
You know what? That's not an unpopular opinion. I think that when it comes to Final Fantasy fans, a lot of them were gunning for Sephiroth, but also a decent chunk of them were also gunning for Tifa.
Like, obviously, the next one would either be Sephiroth or the protagonist of the most recent game. That would obviously be the next Final Fantasy rep. There would be no doubt about it, but...
I do at least find it... I do, like, despite whatever discourse there may be, I do at least find it a good thing that basically no one is arguing that Final Fantasy didn't deserve a second character.
I personally feel like it didn't deserve it before other third parties, but I feel like it definitely deserved it. I feel like something like Sonic or debatably, actually probably mainly Sonic Sonic deserved it first.
Yeah, I'm definitely not disagreeing there. I think that Sonic arguably could have had a second character back in Smash 4, honestly.
I find it kind of insulting that I don't like Sonic. I kind of, honestly, besides maybe Sonic Chronicles, which I know is hated, so I'm very weird in that respect, I don't really like Sonic games. I find them boring.
I like them. Sonic is my second favorite franchise ever, so yeah.
They're not my favorite, but I like them. I enjoy them.
But I find it, but even then, I find it insulting considering how important he is to video game history. That so many series have so many reps, and Sonic hasn't even got an Echo yet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sakurai just does not really
speaking of echoes, I'm surprised that they didn't make the decision to. This hasn't been done yet in Smash DLC, but if it was up to me, I would have given. Not only would I have introduced Sephiroth there, but I would have also given Cloud an Echo in Zack Fair.
Honestly, okay, this one I do want to quickly get into, and I don't think I'll amount to anything, but I'll post it in guest chat in case you want to check it. Let me just find it. Because there is something interesting which may actually suggest an Echo coming with Sephiroth.
Oh no, is it that picture where it's like, what is it? I think, Min. There's an exclamation point on the left. Steve, and then to the left of it is an exclamation point, and then Sephiroth, and then next to it is a question mark. Because it says no other fighters are going to be revealed in this presentation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
I don't feel like it confirms anything, and honestly, I don't expect another character. But I feel
why
like
would there be?
I just don't expect it personally.
If there's going to be a character announced at a Sakurai presentation, it's going to be a Nintendo character, in my opinion.
Totally.
Makes sense.
I feel like it'll be a Nintendo character unless it's an Echo. I feel like if they want to do it, I feel like they could genuinely link someone like Zack as an Echo.
Actually, Zack as an Echo, that would make sense. But honestly, if they're going to do an Echo at Sephiroth's presentation, I really do think that it would probably be a Shadow.
A Shadow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
It would be Shadow for Sonic.
I feel like they would save that. I feel like they'd only do that if there's a Sega rep this past, and I feel like at that point they'd just save it for the Sega's presentation.
Then again, we're assuming that Sega has a character this pass, and I don't necessarily think they do, unless we're getting Dr. Eggman.
I'm not saying I think they are. I'm saying I feel like that's the way we'd get an Echo, personally, for a Shadow.
Now, mind you, I think that Dr. Eggman is extremely likely now at the moment, but that's beside the point.
And even then, okay, this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I don't feel like Shadow would be a good Echo for Sonic.
That is definitely an unpopular opinion.
Definitely.
I just don't. I feel like he's too unique for it to warrant just being an Echo.
Fair. That's fair enough.
I can agree because he has all of his chaos moves, like Chaos Control with 1 emerald instead of 2, Chaos Blast, Sphere. There was something else. Oh, and also that he can take off his rings to get more power, and then right after that he loses his power for a while.
And he has guns.
Yes, guns, and he can drive motorcycles and airplanes from Sonic 06. Thank you for that.
Yes, he can go bang bang with a gunny shoots.
Where's that for Chaos Emerald?
But yeah, my opinion is I don't feel like Shadow would be a good Echo. Not in the way that I don't think he deserves to be in, but I feel like people only want him because they only see it as the only. Because because people only see it as the only way he can get in.
Kind
Uh,
of does make
Those
sense,
work
but
well.
all spin attacks, really?
And honestly, this is going to be an even more unpopular opinion, but I feel like Sega would push for classic Sonic.
they would.
Um,
The sad thing is they would.
I feel like, considering how Sakurai is, I feel like he wouldn't put up much of a fight. And
Yeah.
ironically
here,
enough,
okay, there's something I'm gonna say here. I think Sakurai hates modern Sonic.
I don't think he hates modern Sonic at all. I feel like he just doesn't like to change movesets, and Sega, being the absolute geniuses that they are, said no first in Brawl, because they're just the smartest group of people, aren't they?
Wait, change
Yep.
characters? Change characters?
No, they originally said no to Sonic in Brawl.
Yeah, and then when they saw how big and popular it was, they let him in.
Yeah, and that caused Brawl to be delayed.
Yeah. We all know that story.
And obviously we're not going to get obviously Sonic isn't going to be completely unique at that point, is he?
Nope.
At least he saved 3 characters. Jigglypuff, who, once again, why the hell was Jigglypuff being cut? I'm sorry, but why? I don't even like Jigglypuff, but what sense and how does that make?
Why was Jigglypuff added?
That's an even better question. Why the hell was she added? Why didn't they add Meowth? Because Meowth is awesome.
Because of the anime.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
anime,
it's
Jigglypuff
girl
was an
Pikachu
iconic
in the
character.
Yeah, but try compare up to Meowth.
Jigglypuff.
Yeah, going by the anime, Jigglypuff was an iconic character.
Yeah, but not as iconic as
Yep.
Meowth.
It was confirmed, I think, or something, but it would make sense if it was for the anime.
Bottom line,
The
I want
90s
Meowth.
was basically like she was girl Pikachu, like the girl version of Pikachu. That's what all the merchandise had. Like the boys would get the Pikachu toys, and the girls would get the Jigglypuff toys.
I'm sorry, but did you apply gender to a Pokemon? Like,
no,
like
no,
okay,
no,
we don't.
No, wait, hear me out. I mean, like back in the 90s, back when that was more like prominent.
Okay, that makes sense. My bad.
Yeah, toys were heavily gendered until like the mid 2000s. Then that
think
trend mostly died off.
I mean, they're still
Except unless your name's Cartoon Network, in which it's still I almost cussed bad. In which case it's still going to this day. I almost cussed. I had to cut myself off there. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
No, you're good.
There's me who's just been swearing, then there's you guys.
I'm trying my
Yeah.
best not to.
I'm having panic attacks for the past few days because of swearing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did or almost did earlier.
But yeah, Jigglypuff. Yeah, I don't like Jigglypuff's then, because I'm salty that she got in over Meowth, who is, I would argue at the point, probably the second face of Pokemon at that moment.
Meow, that's right.
Now it's probably Eevee, which I don't really want to get into because I don't see Eevee working in Smash personally, considering the entire evolution mechanic and how many evolutions it has. I feel like it's possible, but would be a how to work around.
But what about Brawlfan's video was cool with the evolutions.
I haven't personally watched
Yeah.
it yet, but I'm planning to watch it so I could be proven wrong.
It's really interesting. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's a really interesting take on how he did stuff with the evolutions.
But yeah, that's probably why I don't like Jigglypuff. But Jigglypuff, yeah, I know inclusion makes sense, but cutting curves, I don't see the point in cutting one of the original 12.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not really a strong theory, like, because she was part of the original 12, because as we know, they were playing the current Brawl. And I think also maybe Smash 4.
I don't know if she was being planned to be cut from Smash 4. I feel like Smash 4 is when they kind of got the sentiment that they're keeping all the original 12.
Maybe I'm thinking Melee, I don't know.
Melee Ness was nearly cut and replaced with Lucas.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was, Ness, yeah.
Yeah, great time to be a Mother fan, right? Mother 3 localized, confirmed. Goes up on the 30th of March, goes down on the 31st. Enjoy.
Yes.
How come
Enjoy.
I feel like Nintendo would actually do that?
They would.
Just be like, oh look, it's the 30. Oh look, it's nearly time for everything to go down. Limited release. Let's just quickly put Mother on there to see what happens. We've had this localized for a few years now. We just want to see the reaction if we just suddenly do it.
It's a special for 1 day only.
Oh shit! The eShop crashed.
It
Don't worry,
did?
it's going. Don't worry, the game's going down tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Come on,
Don't you
Reggie, give us Mother 3.
How about this instead?
Don't you love Nintendo right now? Aren't they just a great company?
They are the best.
I mean, they deserve a little treat. Why don't we just give them a completely business choice pick? That's what they really deserve for being such an amazing company.
You say that, and then the next reveal is Isaac, and the internet melts. Enjoy.
Oh, holy shit! Finally, an indie rap. Isaac from The Binding of Isaac. How did you know?
You know what? I
You just
hate
don't get it,
you,
right?
but I wouldn't be upset with Isaac Binding of Isaac. Because I actually really like The Binding of Isaac. I think it's a great game.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen if they do that? Stupid Nintendo fans are going to come out saying this disconfirms Isaac.
We've already had this happen before. The announcer says has two different lines for the two different Roys. It doesn't matter.
Look, I know it's a stupid rule, but I will say that isn't exactly the same, but it's a stupid rule nonetheless.
Yep.
It's like Ryu from Street Fighter and Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden.
I feel like they would have to have a slight differentiation though, if possible.
Ryu.
No, like I feel like Ryu would actually just be called straight up Ryu Hayabusa.
That could work, yeah.
But yeah, that rule is stupid nonetheless. But yeah. I feel like Nintendo right now, they've always been like this. I feel like Nintendo fans are acting like this is something new. No, I don't know how people didn't see this before. Nintendo are so old-fashioned in their ways.
Yeah.
What we have to do is look on their online service, realize that you're getting jack crap, and you'll still buy it, and realize, oh yeah, Nintendo aren't that great, are they?
Oh yeah.
Like, I love Nintendo. I always will, because I'm a biased Nintendo fan. But
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. Stuff won't change unless you stop buying their products. And with maybe one or two exceptions, like, I know I'm going to still buy Smash stuff. I personally decided I'm going to step away from buying Nintendo games for a while. Because I feel like finally there's a chance of people realizing how bad they are and Nintendo changing.
It's not gonna work.
That's good for you, because I'm still gonna buy their stuff, because I am a weak little baby boy.
It's not gonna work. I'll just flat out say it.
The only way it would work is if people stop buying their stuff. I'll be blunt.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Nintendo makes all my favorite games. I'm not going to stop buying their games. I recognize that their business decisions are terrible. I recognize that their company is run with executives that do have active contempt for the younger generation of gamers. And despite that, my favorite developers in the entire industry work with them. My favorite properties, my favorite IPs, my favorite video game console engineers in the systems that they produce. I have no choice but to stay here, because if I leave Nintendo behind, I have like T-5 games. Like, I'm really interested outside of their ecosystem.
No, I get that, and I'm not planning to step away forever. I wouldn't be able to, but I feel like people right now are actually having a chance to. Actually, no, I kind of say that, but I feel like all the hate went away like as soon as Smash was mentioned.
Like, most of it.
A lot of it, yeah.
No, 1 minute. I actually saw a meme about this. I want to see if I can find it, because it is so accurate to what happened to the Smash community or Nintendo community as a whole. 1 minute. Just continue talking. I'll post it when I find it.
All right.
Okay. There's something I want to ask about Sephiroth's reveal. Does anyone know where I can find like the lines for the reveal itself in Japanese?
I think I posted to this Japanese Smash YouTube channel, but I'm not sure. Like the global Smash YouTube channel in Japanese.
Wait, can you say that again, please?
I think it was posted to the Smash YouTube channel, like both the Japanese and English versions.
The lines?
No, not the lines. I mean the whole trailer. Sorry.
No, I just see like the lines because I want to learn more Nyongo, so it's gonna help me a lot. Like now I know if you want to say now, you say ima or sa.
Oh, I don't know where to find the lines. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, and then now Sephiroth is called Sephiros, which is what I'm going to call it from now on because I like saying Japanese versions for some characters like Sora, Sora, and yeah, or Violet Beresto.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so might as well mention here, Sephiroth. Still no English voice actors, eh?
That's because Final Fantasy voice actors are unionized.
I know, but still hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't. I get why that is that. Nintendo hates union voice actors. We get it, but still sucks.
Yeah.
Awkward silence.
And apparently,
Totally awkward silence.
and the tweet might have been deleted, which is fun.
Dang it.
Oh, it was basically just someone saying, like some guy yelling in Nintendo's face, and then he just says, "Hey, do you like Smash?" And the guy just suddenly stops and just like, "Yeah, I like Smash."
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I think you're talking about
Yeah.
You're talking about the flapjack meme, right?
I think.
Oh
so.
yeah, that one.
So, wait, what? I've never heard of this.
Flapjack is a cartoon, but there's this one iconic scene where one of the guys is just like talking to a dog, and the dog says, "Oh, you must have Flapjack," and the old woman convinced, but it'll take a lot more than that to convince me. And the dog does a flip, and then the guy like literally, and basically the meme goes like you put something that like a skeptic or someone that doesn't like a certain company or whatever.
I think I know the meme. It's like when Smash Ultimate was revealed right after the March 2018 Direct. There's like a bunch of different games that were announced. He's not interested in them. When his dog jumped and had Smash Ultimate, then he did. Ooh. Is that the one?
Yeah, it wasn't that. It was hand drawing one sec, but it was something similar to that. Okay, never mind. I found it. I'll post it in guest chat. This is a perfect way I'll describe Nintendo fans. Guest chat. There you go. It wasn't the flapchat thing, but it was something similar in effect.
Triple EA.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's one. Damn it! Let's stop being a shitty company. Tell me, do you want to know who this writer is?
Oh yeah, I love that game.
I love this. This makes so much
That is
sense.
the perfect way to describe Nintendo fans right now. Like, seriously, they just suddenly stopped caring. They're just like, oh shit, Smash. What was I on about 3 million? Oh, that probably never existed. Or probably a pipe dream. Guys?
Yeah.
I mean, people were saying 3 million on the TGS stream.
I mean, yeah, I saw it, but it was nowhere near as frequent as it was before.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you, though, if they revealed someone like John Z, that would have exploded as much. If that bad publicity would have exploded and just doubled. And I would have loved it.
Oh, speaking of Fortnite, can we talk about like red versus blue segment they had when they revealed Master Chief? That was funny.
What is this whole red and blue thing?
Oh, it's like an old like Rooster Teeth series, I think.
It's not
Something like-
old. It's still running.
I mean, it's still running, but like it started like way back then, like 2010 something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Basically, it's a fan fiction type series set in the Halo universe. It was about two forces fighting in in a canyon forever. But it turned the big plot twist of the series is actually it was all a simulation, and none of the first 5 seasons actually happened.
Oof. But yeah.
And also because Microsoft are chads when it comes to letting people use their intellectual property, Microsoft actually completely signs off on the existence of Red versus Blue and as an officially sanctioned product.
Oh yeah, totally.
Which is cool.
And on the topic of that, if we get more DLC, can we please get Master Chief in Smash? Thank you.
Yes, I know. I don't know if mine wants him.
Or if not Master Chief, at least Doomslayer. I want more Microsoft love.
Yeah, I know a friend of mine who wants both.
I kind of doubt both personally, but if we only get one more pass or set of DLC, but if you get 2 more passes, yeah, I could see both. Or is everyone silent?
I don't know.
My throat's kind of sore.
Oof. Maybe get some water.
Yeah. I've got a glass here.
Awesome. But yeah. Oh, so I know this probably won't happen, but a Sony rep in Smash would be cool. Let's get Kratos in. Yeah, that ain't happening.
Kratos.
Yeah, that probably ain't happening, but it would be cool.
Awkward silence again.
Makes me think, has everyone just died, or am I just here alone?
No. Okay, so I'll get actual water because I'm drinking a glass of tea. I'll go mute again.
All right.
Drinking tea.
I might as well ask the question: what Mii costumes do you think are gonna come with Sephiroth?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Chocobo, obviously, it makes total sense.
I mean, Chocobo's gonna be playable, dummy.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
I'm sorry. I meant Chocobo's gonna return with Tifu's totally coming in Smash, right? We need our waifus.
We need the people to get into Smash.
Yeah, but please add Tifu.
Yes.
Awesome. Smash. Sakura, I know you're watching this because obviously, while you're clearly our #1 fan, clearly.
Obviously.
I mean, we got Starfy for Smash. Oh, you must love us now. We got Starfy for Smash.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, if you're watching this, because you're clearly Starfy's biggest fan too, add Tifa to Smash.
Yeah, we need Tifa. We need her.
Yeah, don't nerf her in any ways. Don't pull a Samus.
Please do not pull Samus.
But anyways, back to the Mii costume thing. I think Chocobo is going to make it in. Maybe Tifa. That would be nice. I cannot think of any other Final Fantasy characters. I would maybe say Gino, because I'm gonna say this now. If there's a Gino reference, even a Mii costume, deluxe or not deluxe, and the Sakurai presents on the 17th, he determines his life in Ultimate if he is gonna get in or if he's not.
Well, even if he doesn't return as a Mii costume, there's no guarantee he's getting in.
True.
With Gino, I feel like if he is coming this pass and we are getting Waluigi, he's coming with him. Most likely. though my opinion will immediately change if he returns because I'm still going to claim Waluigi's likely.
Oh
But
yeah, towards the beginning you said that Starfy would be a me hat that comes with Waluigi, right?
now, what do you mean? Starfy's going to be playable, silly.
Don't forget what you said. Don't lie.
I'm not lying.
Sure.
Starfy's the most relevant character in this modern gaming age.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
totally.
Glorious.
But besides, obviously, John Z, we don't talk about him because I don't want an argument.
Yeah, Starfy's totally relevant. He's from the year 2009. I mean, his last game was from 2009, so he's totally relevant now.
CNJ left at that perfect time. It's just like, that twat mentioned Fortnite again, I better leave this place. But yeah, I feel like Gino's chances are really up in the air. I do feel like Gino's returning as a Mii costume. Because even characters like Banjo had other stuff going for him, not just his popularity. Where Gino's completely relying on that.
Yeah.
That's what really hurts Gino's chances in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think he's going to return this pass. I feel like all the legal work for all the old cut Mii costumes have just been done.
Probably, yeah.
And I feel like I want Gino to be playable. I want Waluigi more. I'll happily throw him under a bus for Waluigi. I'm sorry, Gino fans. It's just the whole cold card truth. Most Smash fans would throw every other character under the bus for their most wanted.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if this is a shocking revelation. But, Waluigi, I'd feel like Gino, and Waluigi can't both come, but they would have to be in separate passes.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Or one could be a bonus, but Nintendo aren't going to give us a free bonus character that's completely unique. At most, we'll make it an Echo.
Yeah. We're not
Even
getting anything for free.
And even then, an Echo is something which I'm very mixed on. Like, I feel like we could get one this presentation, but unless it's an Echo for Sephiroth or Zack, I kind of doubt it'll happen. Or
Mhm.
Cloud, even. But yeah, I feel like at this point, it's hard to say. Smash is the only fan rule which still kind of stands as the assist trophy one that I can think of. Like,
Oh, yeah.
seriously, even the fan rules that made arguably complete sense, like, we're not going to get two third-party non-Echo series characters in one series in DLC, because, yeah, I didn't really expect it in DLC, has been broken.
Yeah. That's been totally broken.
I feel like at this point I just want them to add an assist trophy upgrade just for the fact of it would break the last major fan rule.
Yeah. And there are a lot of characters that are likely for assist trophy upgrades. And, like, Waluigi and Isaac, Shadow, stuff like that. But personally, I think that Starfy could work, like, if they brought the series back. And I don't see why they haven't, because, basically the reason why they haven't is, like, Starfy 5 in, like, 2009, that came out, and it was decently popular in the US, but Japan didn't seem to like the game that much. Like, compared to the older Starfy entries, it just kind of failed to meet their expectations. It was like a bit easier because it was more catered to the Western audiences, since it was the first one that came out in the West. So yeah, since Japan didn't really like Starfy 5, I guess they didn't really like make a new Starfy after that, even though they said they would. So like he could work if they actually brought back Starfy.
Poor Starfy fans. Poor Starfy fans. But yeah, I just want. That's one of the few rules that still remain. Like, there might be other fan rules, but they're nowhere near as prevalent. Like, and yeah, it's just kind of sad at this point. that I do feel like assist trophy upgrade isn't something given. I feel like it really can go either way, and not because they're assist trophies, but because realistically, I don't feel like Nintendo are gonna pick a character just because they're an assist.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
the
like,
reason.
yeah, and I feel like going off individual merits,
It's what?
He cut out, I think.
Oh,
That
He cut
sucks.
out. Let me move him to another VC and then bring him here.
all
Oh
right.
wait, I'm not able to do that.
Hmm.
Interesting. Oh wait, he's the owner of the server, so that's why.
Maybe he should just leave and come back unless he can't hear us, then you won't know.
That sucks.
Now
So,
it's just green.
on the earlier topic of like Starfy coming back, he has like a bunch of things going for him in terms of like series being brought back in comparison to others. Like he's a cute Nintendo mascot from like a time period like 2000s where like a lot of people remember him. And the thing is, Japan loved the Starfy series up to a point. Like, the first game did really well. The second game also it nearly matched the first game. But then starting with the third game and the fourth game, the prices started to. Not the prices. I mean, the sales numbers started to drop since like more fans are like dropping out. They didn't want to play the series more anymore, and so I guess by the time Starfy 5 rolled out, not only did they hate it because like of the game's audience being catered towards the West, but also because they were just getting tired of it. Because the first game came out 2002, the second game was 2003, fourth game 2004, and then fourth game 2006, and then the fifth game came out 2008 in Japan, 2009 in the West. So you could see why Japan might have been fatigued of Starfy at that point. But like since that his relatively died down, since he hadn't had a game in a decade, they should bring him back.
Right. Right. I agree. Like, if I feel like with the Switch, like the perfect opportunity exists to bring back a lot of old legacy characters.
Yeah, I think like Arlo made the same point in like one of his videos.
Chibi Robo, please give him another chance at life.
That's probably not happening, considering that it sounds like the developer of the Chibi Robo series doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, and Ziplash happened.
I'm gonna pull this up actually.
I just
Skip Limited. Apparently, their headquarters was shuttered. So.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I know this one happened, but please don't kill off Mario and Luigi. That's always so close to my heart.
Oh yeah, in August 2019, there were growing signs that the company may have become defunct. However, this has not yet been officially confirmed.
I mean, have there been any games from them recently? And how often?
I don't think so.
And
I think the last thing you did was Ziplash.
Yeah.
And that was, honestly, that wasn't too long ago, so maybe they're dead, maybe they're not, because game development can take a while. It depends depends.
I mean, we were promised a localization of Yokai Watch 4 in like 2019 or 2018, I think.
I think that's level 5.
What?
I believe that's level 5, not
No, I know, but like you said, game development takes time, so I thought, hey, I might as well bring up Yokai Watch because they haven't localized that game yet, even though they promised it a while back.
And now it looks like they're not even going to be. Now it looks like level 5 isn't even going to exist in the West.
Yeah, I heard about that. They showed their doors in the West as well.
Which.
Or at least in the US.
Which, if this was known prior, that is a hit and a half against Jibanyan and Professor Layton. If this
totally.
was known earlier on.
So yeah, level 5 basically closed their doors in the US. I'm not sure about Europe because Yokai Watch is still popular in Europe. It's still going there. So they might like continue the localization process just for Europe, but
I think they might just outsource localizations to like Nintendo or whatever, or maybe Sony. Because
that could be possible.
Because there's no point in them having an American branch if they can very easily just say, "Yo, Nintendo, publish in the West and localize the game."
Yeah.
And say if it's a case where it's like multiple systems, then they'll probably like go to Square Enix or something.
Oh yeah, Yokai 4 is both on Switch and PlayStation 4, so they probably go to Square Enix or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm still surprised Level 5 still hasn't got any representation in Smash.
Where is Professor Layton?
Like, even a Spirit.
Where's Yokai Watch?
Oh yeah, I used to be like hugely into Yokai Watch. Like, I have no idea why it's not represented in Smash yet, especially because it was huge in Japan. Or like, I think it still is huge, but it's experiencing kind of like a fatigue right now in Japan.
Remember
just make
when people called Yokai Watch the Pokemon killer?
Oh yeah, that never happened. I mean, it did for a while, but then like kind of died out.
It didn't even kill Pokemon. It didn't even scratch it.
I mean,
like, I mean, I'm guessing it took some popularity away from it, sure, but it didn't. That isn't really a scratch considering how big Pokemon is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all interesting. I have no idea what this conversation started with, so I've just been going along because my internet died. So what was this conversation even about?
Skip closing your doors because Chibi Robo.
Okay, I didn't know if that was a branch or something, but yeah, Chibi Robo. Yeah, I know it's slightly dead, but I really want Nintendo to continue with these series.
Yeah.
Like Chibi Robo, for some reason they continue giving the series chances, which is very unlike Nintendo.
Well, the thing is with Chibi Robo is that we have to consider that a lot of the way that Nintendo's development structure works is that they don't own like a fleet of developers like say Microsoft does, where they just keep buying studios. Nintendo doesn't do that. The vast majority of studios that are commonly designated as the producers of Nintendo games aren't actually owned by Nintendo. Nintendo does not own HAL Laboratory. Nintendo does not own Intelligent Systems. Nintendo does not own Next Level Games. Nintendo does not own Game Freak. They do not
own Retro Studios.
Yeah, they do own Retro Studios. They do own them. They do.
They're in Retro Studios. I believe their most recent purchase was like
Monolith Soft.
Yeah, Monolith Soft, and I could honestly see them maybe purchasing Koei Tecmo, though I have lots of doubts.
I could see Koei Tecmo actually. I could actually see that.
And
oh, it's Sega.
And honestly,
no, Sega is like the thing is if you want to buy Sega, like first of all, you're looking at like a price tag of like $3, $4, $5 billion. Nintendo is smart; they're not going to blow that much cash. And second of all, like Sega is like only like 1/3 developer and publisher. Like half of that, their workforce is just like managers and like also people working in pachinkos or hardware technicians for their arcade business, or like management people that oversee the production and greenlighting of projects. And so like if you buy Sega, you're basically just buying a heap of junk to get like 5 studios. It's a terrible deal. A terrible deal. Nobody wants to buy Sega. Nobody does.
You're buying an arcade company.
Basically. Right. So anyways, regarding Skip, circling back to the original point. Skip is, they were independent. They operated completely independent of Nintendo. It's just that they happened to, coordinate on the various brands that they had the authorization to use from Nintendo. One of those being Chibi Robo, which they produced. And the thing is with Nintendo and their efforts here, they actually don't have a say on what it would seem that they don't actually have a say on what a external partner may develop unless Nintendo themselves are directly funding development thereof said project. And to that angle, if Skip Limited is out of business, then we can very likely infer that they were the ones funding the development of Chibi Robo games.
Yeah.
So, for example, Nintendo wanted to shut down the Fire Emblem series before Awakening came out because they were the ones funding Fire Emblem and it just wasn't profitable anymore. Of course, Awakening went on to become a big success, and now Fire Emblem's one of Nintendo's biggest series. That's besides the point, okay? But Nintendo generally doesn't really get a say on what these external partners make, these satellite studios of sorts. Camelot Soft, they're allowed to make whatever they want to make. Intelligent Systems, not so much. They sort of are more so under Nintendo's thumb because Nintendo funds the games. Game Freak, they are under Pokemon Company's thumbs, but Pokemon Company's free to do what it wants, right? And that's just like Nintendo's development structure is pretty much antithetical to the modern structure of most video game publishing organizations. They choose not to own studios. Why? Because if a studio goes under, they don't lose out. And if it turns out that they buy a studio, well, they don't run into the problem of, well, we put down $1 billion to buy the studio, and then all of the talent left. So now they're just producing poopy games.
Poopy games. That'd be a perfect
Yeah,
name for
basically
a company.
fair.
Yeah, I get that, but it is a shame in some cases, particularly in Alpha Dream, which I'm still upset about.
Yep, and I will say for that, it's most likely that Nintendo did not fund the production of Mario and Luigi games. It was most likely Alpha Dream themselves, and because the Mario and Luigi games just kept flopping, rapid fire, they went out of business.
I don't feel like Paper Jam flopped. Paper Jam didn't go as far as they imagined, and I feel like Nintendo probably did fund for Paper Jam. I feel like after Paper Jam underperformed, they ended up stopping funding, and Alpha Dream, in their infinite wisdom, said, "No, it'd be cool if we made two remakes. I can get what's it called? I can get the first one being remade. I can kind of get that one, but remaking Bowser's Inside Story is possibly one of the worst decisions I could have made." And I am so sad because I absolutely love the Mario and Luigi series, and it's likely dead. Like, there is always a chance Nintendo could be cool, but they probably won't be.
I'm gonna go mute again. I'll be right back.
Alright.
So,
unless Nintendo keeps developing Mario and Luigi, it's basically dead.
They probably won't, and unless they did save Alpha Dream, which the only hope is because there was a lot of demand for them to save it, the company, and I don't think enough for them to actually do it.
Yeah, for them to maybe consider it.
Like, there was a lot of demand for it, but enough for it to actually happen, I'm not sure. And keep in mind, this is someone who loves the Mario. This is coming from someone who loves the Mario and Luigi series. I really do love the series, and the fact that it's likely dead pains me. It's filled with so many unique and interesting characters. But,
you could say anything about Starfy.
Yeah, Starfy's an interesting case because it isn't really Nintendo. It's more the other company not wanting to make it at the minute.
I mean, yeah, but I think Nintendo co-created and co-developed Starfy and of course published it and took it under their wing.
Yeah.
Their game.
And then did nothing with it because why would
it's still credit Jose.
Yeah.
They probably don't want to like oversaw production and oversaw like marketing and like chose to not take it serious.
Yeah, I get that. It's just once in a while, it's just a real shame.
Yep.
Nintendo. One of the biggest things, one of the happiest things that could happen for me is if they randomly announce like a new Mario and Luigi game. And there's one thing that I've always wanted, and that is the announcements of a Mario Luigi game that's a crossover between the Wario Bros. So
That would
Wario
be
and Waluigi.
incredible. I would love that.
And I'm questioning why the hell Alpha Dream never did that. Was it Nintendo, or were they just not thinking about it?
Probably not thinking about it.
Damn. Either way, Alpha Dream's almost definitely dead.
That's a shame, yeah.
And I don't think Nintendo give enough of a shit about the Mario and Luigi series to give it a chance.
I mean, yeah, same thing can apply to like Toze with the Starfy series, I guess, because like Nintendo doesn't necessarily own them. They're like a ghost developer who works with like many different companies, but they work with Nintendo to make Starfy, and if Nintendo doesn't give a shit about Starfy, then it's not coming out.
Yeah, if they give a shit about Starfy, they could have just asked for them to develop a new game, because it doesn't sound like they would mind.
I mean, I don't know if you saw it earlier, but I posted a thing from like a Nintendo Life interview from like 2009 when the 5th game was coming out in the West, and they asked Nintendo Life asked them, is there a 6th Starfy game in the works? And they just said yes, and then they paused for a while and just started laughing. I don't know why that happened. Like, I don't know, maybe because they didn't have enough to say about it yet. Like, maybe it was still starting development, or like
Or maybe just because it wasn't. Maybe they were joking.
they were either joking or maybe just they knew the pilot was a sinking ship and they just didn't want to mention it.
Yeah.
Either.
Starfy's story sad. A lot of Dead series stories are sad. Golden Sun, it's a sad story. It's sad how if you're not a huge franchise to Nintendo, one series can practically kill you.
Yep.
One bad game, even.
Uh-huh.
In Mario and Luigi's case, it took 2 not even bad, just mediocre remakes.
And the Starfish kids took a 5th game that was a bit too easy for Japan.
Yeah, it's really sad. And then they have series which just look like they're dying at this point, despite not really having a reason to die. Like Rhythm Heaven, surprisingly, hasn't got a new game in ages.
So what hasn't a new game in ages?
Rhythm Heaven hasn't got a game for a long time at the minute.
And we got Megamix.
When did that come out?
2016 or 2017, I don't remember.
Oh, then that isn't as bad as I thought, but still. Yeah, series which just suddenly vanish. Like, I can get it in some cases, like Mother 3, and I'm glad Nintendo actually just let them stop.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Hola.
Back again.
Hello.
Okay, so we've been going for nearly an hour and a half. Should we start winding down, or?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay.
A little longer, like, how long can you go on for?
I'm not able to go any longer because we have something important to do at home.
All right, then.
And I'm getting quite tired myself.
Yeah, sure. We'll wrap it up then. Thank you for joining us on this episode of A New Podcast Approaches. Sephiroth is amazing. I think we can all agree on that. Such an insane week, and soon we'll know if Gino's fate. So 1 minute. No, Brass, I wouldn't like if Shrek got added to Fortnite. But yeah, with that said, thank you for joining us and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.